Most people think they're lazy. They wake up tired. They delay things they care about. They feel guilty for not doing enough, so they blame themselves. But what if laziness isn't the problem? What if the real issue is something quieter, something deeper, something nobody talks about? Emotional exhaustion. Think about your day. You wake up already tired, not because you didn't sleep, but because your mind never really rested. Before you even get out of bed, your brain has already checked notifications, remembered unfinished work, replayed old conversations, and worried about things that haven't happened yet. That's not laziness. That's overload. We live in a world that never truly shuts up. There's always something demanding your attention, something asking for your opinion, something reminding you that you're behind. Even rest has become noisy. Scrolling isn't rest. Binge-watching isn't rest. Constant stimulation isn't recovery. Your body may be sitting still, but your nervous system is sprinting. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people aren't tired because they work too hard. They're tired because they never stop thinking. They carry invisible weight all day long. Unspoken expectations, unresolved emotions, the pressure to be okay, the fear of falling behind. That kind of tired doesn't go away with sleep. And when emotional exhaustion sets in, motivation is the first thing to disappear. Not because you don't care, but because caring has become expensive. Every decision feels heavy. Every task feels bigger than it should. Even simple things feel overwhelming. So you delay, you freeze, you escape, and then you call yourself lazy. But laziness doesn't feel like guilt. Emotionally exhausted people feel guilty all the time. Guilty for resting, guilty for not doing enough, guilty for needing breaks, guilty for feeling ungrateful. Lazy people don't feel that. Exhausted people do. There's another sign no one warns you about. When you're emotionally drained, you stop dreaming clearly. Not because you lost ambition, but because your mind is too busy surviving. You don't think about the future with excitement anymore. You think about it with pressure. Goals feel like burdens. Plans feel like obligations. And life starts feeling like something you have to get through. That's not failure. That's burnout in slow motion. Society doesn't recognize this kind of exhaustion because it doesn't look dramatic. You still show up. You still function. You still smile when required. But inside, everything feels muted. Joy becomes quieter. Curiosity fades. Even sadness feels dull. You're not broken. You're overextended. Here's something important. Humans were not designed to process this much information, this many decisions, this level of constant comparison. Your brain evolved to focus on survival, connection, and meaning. Not endless updates, not artificial urgency, not 24/7 performance. So when you feel lazy, it's often your mind asking for silence. Real recovery doesn't start with motivation. It starts with permission. Permission to slow down without shame. Permission to do less without guilt. Permission to exist without constantly producing. That's hard in a world that measures worth by output. But emotional energy is not unlimited. Spend it wisely. Here's the shift most people never make. They try to fix exhaustion with discipline, but discipline without recovery leads to collapse. What you actually need is space. Space to think without distraction. Space to feel without judgment. Space to rest without earning it. That's how energy returns. Quietly, gradually, naturally. If this feels uncomfortably familiar, you're not alone. You're not weak. You're not lazy. And you're definitely not failing. You're just tired in a way sleep can't fix. And the first step isn't doing more. It's understanding what you've been carrying. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stop pushing and finally let yourself breathe. If this resonated with you, you already know why you stayed till the end. And maybe that's proof you're not lazy at all.